What's your view of Matt Riddle after last night? Matt Riddle is the new United States champion, defeating Bobby Lashley and John Morrison in a triple threat match. What do you think, Book?
Honestly, I didn't see the match. I read that he won, but after the comments I saw on the internet, as far as what I don't know if thing is, I don't know if Matt Riddle said what was written in the the post or the writings, whatever it was, about the Undertaker. I saw some about him saying wrestlers back then, they were dumb. And the thing is, when I came to WWE back in the day, I had to go and take a course. It was a course, like a media course. It was about how to talk to the media. When you get someone trying to interview you and they ask you certain questions, how you should answer those questions, how you should deflect, how you should pivot, answer the question just a certain way. And I think, then again, I don't know. Maybe that might be what's happening with someone like Riddle, because a lot of times, with these, these dirt sheets and these, so-called reporters asking someone questions, they're looking for clickbait. They're looking for something that
100%.
right. And the one thing that I noticed in the writings was Riddle. What was it? Riddle confronts the Undertaker, or something like that. But it was something to make you look at it. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering if it's just Riddle saying something perhaps that these guys can literally make sound this way and put it out there to make people read it. Or if he did say it, it should be a problem. That's where I'm at on that. If Riddle did say anything about what the Undertaker said
regarding the soft comments is what we're talking about.
Whatever it is,
yeah,
it should be it should it should be a problem, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the first real interview the Undertaker has ever given. And for someone to be giving him pushback on what he see, what the business is today, that person should go and talk to him, not some reporter. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it. Should it be some pushback as far as, from guys like myself, if he did call guys from our era, oh, those are just dumb guys. What do you mean by that, first and foremost? All right. And how do you come to that conclusion? And then I was reading about the part as far as, I know we got to take a break. As far as
you're fine.
I know MMA guys are, they're really, really tough. You know what I mean? Well, go and work for Dana White. Remember what Dana White said at the end of his run in the UFC. Go back and do that if that's what you want to do. But if you're doing this and you're confusing it with doing that, it's a problem. And if someone don't address it, it's going to continue to be a problem.
Yeah, and I will say that a lot of times journalists can look for that quote that they can turn around and give a headline and do it. However, I do think it happens a little too often with Riddle, right? I mean, I could give him the benefit of the doubt once or twice, but it happens like a little bit too often, and it always seems to be in reference to somebody who came before him. And I just don't know if it's because these guys aren't in the locker room anymore. He thinks that he can speak a little bit more freely of them or what have you. But I know, as someone who's never been in the WWE locker room, there's one guy that you don't ever cross, especially in public, right? And that's the Undertaker. You show him the utmost respect, and if you have an issue with him, I'm sure that he'll be more than happy to hear it out.
Well, the Undertaker,
you don't do it in the interviews.
He's not Goldberg. He's not, he's not me. He's a guy that has paid his dues, and he put that company first. Overall, every
30 years.
And the thing is, if the Undertaker, who's a good friend of mine, if he don't know what the hell he's talking about, none of us do. And we should all just, quit the business. We should all just, stop even, looking at it. We should not stop even commenting on it if that's the way, because I look at it like this. Roger Federer. I'm sure every young tennis player, wish that they could just have a match with Roger Federer, even if they get the hell beat out of them. I know when I was coming up, me and my brother, we called the Rock and Roll Express out, so many times, man, because we just wanted to get the pleasure of, taking that double drop kick. You know what I mean? So I'm serious, so I knew, what those guys brought to the business. And when I hear that kind of stuff, man, it just irks me that no one else other than, people like myself is saying something about it. It's definitely a problem. We got to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. But we back, man. Like I said, I don't want to waste too much time on Riddle or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because I know people are going to be writing about, that and whatnot. But that's just my piece on it, man. I'm just going to tell it like it is. And if guys like myself, if we can't speak up on how the business is without somebody taking offense to it, there again, it's a problem. My thing is, if I was in that same position, I think, somewhat like, we heard just on the other side not too long ago, Jim Ross had something to say about someone, and that guy said, well, if Jim Ross said, and something about me, obviously, he sees something. You know what I mean? So the respect issue goes a long freaking way more than anything. And I think that's where the business is totally different than it was, when I was coming up. And should things change? Yeah, I think they should. I remember back in the day, me and the Young Bucks, we had a beef,
Right.
It was about, shaking hands, and the thing is, it totally got taken, I think totally out of context, but they used it and they kind of like came up off of it, more power to them. But on the other hand, those are two of the most respectful guys I've ever been around when you actually are around them. You know what I mean? But I don't think they're guys. I think they're the type that, hey, give us some respect and we'll give it to you. That type of deal. And I agree with that right there. If someone wants respect, you got to be able to give them respect. And the thing is, when just say, for instance, when the Undertaker was talking, who said he was talking about you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the thing right there. Also, why do you put yourself under that banner of what the Undertaker was talking? Why would you? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So,
good point.
So when a reporter, asked me that question right there, what do you think about the Undertaker calling you guys soft? Well, he wasn't talking about me. You know what I mean? It's a very, very simple. No, I'm serious. It's a very, very simple way to answer that question. You know what I mean? And not put yourself on the news. And that's just my opinion on that. I could be wrong, but why? Continue wanting to put out fires. One of those fires is going to end up burning down the whole damn house. Okay, especially when you got a family at home to take care of. That's just my opinion. Let's move on. What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the shine, checking out the gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker?